travels. Have any of you done the Hajj, the visit to Mecca? Anybody? No? Yes?
Yes, I have.
Okay, could you describe what the visit to Mecca, the Hajj is like?
Yes, I can. I will try my best. It was 20 years ago. I was young. It is an experience of lifetime. We are obligated to do it once in our lifetime if we can afford it and if we have the mental and the physical capability. So there's always exceptions to it. If you can't afford it because it is expensive, and if your health is failing and you cannot take on the hardships, you are not obligated to. So it is in 3 days, particular 3 days. We Muslims follow the lunar calendar, so it's the last month of the lunar calendar, and it is at a certain date that we all got to collect ourselves in that particular space in Makkah. So it is technically 3 to 5 days. So you can imagine all Muslims from all over the world congregating in that spot in Makkah. So over the course of years, the numbers have increased to a point where now 2-3 million is easily, and Saudi Arabia has done a great job in trying to accommodate with the hotels and the trains and everything. So the experience itself is spiritually very uplifting. Whether you are a president or you are an ordinary man from Indonesia, Pakistan, America, you're dressed the same way. All men are dressed in 2 sheets of white. All women are dressed in white, preferably, covering their hijabs. There is no boundaries in where you cannot go. Everybody has to do the same rituals over the course of those 3 days. It tests your patience like nothing. Now imagine you are collected in a 3 to 5 miles area, 2 or 3 million people. So there's a lot of self-discipline, there's a lot of patience, there's a lot of care of your neighbor, there's a lot of take care of what you're talking and why you're talking, is that necessary? And then when you're doing those 5 congregational prayers in those times, can you imagine organizing a crowd of even 1 million or 50,000 to do those prayers? Believe me, when that imam says Astainu, it takes 10 seconds to everybody to line up and be ready for the prayer. So it's a very, very amazing experience to have.
Thank you very much for that. Ahmed, we have questions here about the prayer rituals 5 times a day. There's like a whole bunch of them, but it's sort of all involved in what is the prayer routine. So can you pray at work? Can you pray at home? Or does it have to be at the mosque? Where can you pray? Does it follow a ritual? Does it have to be formal? Or is there a set formula? What goes on with the prayers? And the specific question to you of when do you pray daily?
So I have been blessed to pray since my childhood. I don't remember missing a prayer. So it's a blessing. It is. So you are always connected in a way. So it goes by the sun's position. So before sunrise we pray. After the peak point, noontime, we pray. Afternoon, again pray. Some merge these two, meaning noon and afternoon. Some of them merge these two as a one prayer. Not as common. And after sunrise, sunset, another prayer, evening, and 1 hour later is the last prayer of the day, night prayer. And we have again in the middle of night, if you want to. If this is not enough, we can. So and how I pray at home. So when I travel, when the time of the prayer comes, I search the mosque on the map, the shortest one. I tell them like, just go there, join them, in and out, join them, pray, and continue my travel. And it has been really fascinating. My mother was here from Turkey, traveled visiting. So we went from here to DC, and we prayed 2-3 times on the way. And he said, a lot of Muslims in this country. But so it's just at work, you can pray, you find just empty meeting room, you pray. It takes less than 5 minutes or so. And it is recommended to pray together if you can. So if you visited a Muslim majority country, you will see 5 times a day there is a call to prayer. release the prayer and they pray and they continue their work. Some countries they shut down the whole business also. They close the stores, they pray, and they continue. But that's a very minority. However, how many Muslims pray 5 times a day? Do you want to guess? Minority. No, so most of them don't pray 5 times a day. That is true for where I come from, Turkey. That is true for American Muslims. So most common prayer is the once a week. So that's, we are not really, we'd like to be, but that's not the reality.
I want to give you the female perspective. Yes, we can pray anywhere as long as it is clean. So that means no bathrooms, but other than that, you can pray in your car, you can pray in your office. We are recommended as women to pray in our houses. If I can make it to the mosque, great. Now, does the question ever come to your mind, why 5 times a day? Why repeatedly going back? Right? Why can't we just do it in the morning and at night when we are home and avoid that discomfort of, okay, it's 1:30, I got to pray. It's 4:30, I got to pray. So the purpose of these prayers is for you to build your connection and your daily dialing to your Lord. I'm experiencing hard patient. I don't know what to do. What do? I ask my colleagues, we don't know what to do. Okay, let me try to dial up my connection. That is my prayer. That is what it is there for, that your God is important in your life and keep that connection alive.
Sunrise is at 4 a.m. You wake up, pray, go back to sleep.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
Go back to sleep if you can. If you can't, go to work. And you know what? 60% of Americans, not Muslims, do wake up at 5 o'clock. You know, a lot of us go to work quite early. So it's not unheard of in America.
So usually I try to go to mosque, pray in the morning, and from there I go to work. So I start my day. Historically, it has been this way, but recently people are start sleeping.
The last 2 years, Ramadan has been, this year and last year, Ramadan has been at the time of the year when daylight hours are the longest. So you're getting up and not eating at 4 o'clock in the morning?
2:30, 3 o'clock.
2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. So that all depends. You get a break when it's in December.
Yes.
But
And it is going to be in summer for quite a long time because it's a lunar calendar. It will move 10 days every year.
yeah. Okay, so Isam, here's one for you. This is a really interesting question. What happens if you want not to be a Muslim anymore? How is it treated by other Muslims? And I mean, what do you do? Can you do anything? What happens?
So, if you want to be a Muslim, you cannot be a Muslim. It's your choice. That is how it's written in the book. If you don't want to be a Muslim anymore, it's up to you. But the other side of the story will be culturally. Like growing up, if I would have missed a prayer, my mom will get a heart attack. Like, how dare I didn't go to the mosque for one prayer? And all of the community pressure, the society, the family, all of those things comes to account when you make a decision like that. But religious-wise, the Quran says, وَهَدَيْنَاهُ النَّجْدَيْنِ. I mean, we lightened the two paths for each human being, and you decide which path you go through. This is the main principle in the Quran. But tell my mom that.
You don't want to add that, but I'm going to. You can just 1 second. Although that's true, and I know that Isam is a practicing good Muslim, but you'll also find him at the Unitarian Universalist Church in West Hartford on Fern Street on a variety of occasions as well, right? Right. So there's a lot of ways to be a Muslim.
Yeah, it's just as a Muslim, I grew up learning, curious to learn, and as a child, I learned how to be an imam from a young age and memorized the Quran, and I started full religious education to be a religious leader in my Muslim community. And I always have this curious nature to go and study more and learn more. And when I moved to West Hartford, Connecticut, it was a great opportunity for me to learn more about other things and different people. And wherever I go, it was a fascinating experience to be open to more different religions and learn more about them. And we all like, I know we're in UEO church, so that's not say. But what I'm trying to say is, we really, the Muslims and the UU faith, especially, we share a lot of, way more than you can imagine of the two religions. We align in so many things.
Okay, Ahmed.
So this is not an easy situation. Yes, in the Quran it says no compulsion, la ikraha fi din. However, if you start reading a little bit more in the narrations, you will see some unfavorable opinions against for those who done this, including physical violence. So I think we are right for those who left the religion. It is being considered murtad. So you know what happens to them.
What the Quran says, I don't have.
No. Quran is clear. Quran is clear. You can convert or leave. Quran is clear. I have no absolute. I researched line by line. That book is clear. But we do have a narrations, historical context that is supporting some sort of not the Quran standards, however being accepted at the same time. So throughout the history. So I think this is something that we have to, as a Muslim, bravely discuss this, especially scholars. I discuss with the scholars, and it is not a pleasant discussion. So I think we have a long way to go in this subject. I'm not trying to be liberal or something, but at the same time, this is not as discussed as I'd like to see it.
You're right about that. Historical context just shows that the Muslims who left their faith were prosecuted. But then you need to go back and travel in time and be clear about what the situations were. It was mostly political. Now, what is the punishment of treachery nowadays? When you go and align yourself with Russia, or you are spying on America, what is the standard punishment that is taken into account? So keep that in mind. This was the political scenario that it was applied on, that when you were, the countries were according to the religion. If you were turning against that, or how should I say it, the rulers, it was considered that you are turning against them politically, and that is where the prosecution came from. I don't think it was all religious.
Okay, all right. We don't have much time, and we got a lot of really good questions. Ahmed, Al-Qaeda, how is this group thought of by U.S. Muslims, and what is their status among Muslims internationally? And any other terrorists?
Right. For first time that I heard about them, I did read it. So their numbers are limited. I forgot. They are not even 1%. Same with ISIS also. They are 40,000 or something, where they are majority, which is much less than 1%. But however, they make the news. They shape the agenda. So it is shocking. I mean, I am as shocked as anyone else, even more, to get to know them. I really don't. I'm not interested to learn, but I have to. People ask me, so I was reading what's going on, who's these guys, So long story short, they are desperate, politically motivated, justifying religion, piece of they are one of the minority situation, and so Middle East is going through some troubles. Imagine yourself, you are losing your child, your family members after the Iraq invasion. How many women became widow? They lost their husbands. Some people say up to 1 million people. So it's a disaster society. So it is if that happened to us, America, after tasting this wealth, this life, I think we would be worse. If someone come to bug us and disturb us that much, it would be a much worse situation. So just try to understand. That's my take. I don't know that as much as you don't know, actually.
Quickly,
Quickly, very good.
I got two other questions.
1979, I think most of, other than these two guys, most of us were there. These Al-Qaeda people were the Mujahideen, if you remember. Russia invaded Afghanistan, and we, as Americans, aided them. I was in Pakistan, and I remember the American aid flowing into Pakistan to go into Afghanistan to aid these exact Al-Qaeda that we call. They were called freedom fighters, and they were called Mujahideen. They have become our enemies since we have turned our backs towards them, and now they are our enemies. So we need to keep that in mind. No Muslim country wants them in their presence. And keep in mind, in this war of terror, Muslims are the biggest casualty. Muslims are the biggest casualty anywhere you go. In my home country, Pakistan, there are drones, there are attacks, there are bombs that are happening that kills people indiscriminately. Same thing in other Muslim countries, Syria, Iraq. We are the biggest casualty for this. But these same people that are called Al-Qaeda now, they were called freedom fighters, Mujahideen, and we were funding them.
All right, similar religious political issue for you, Isam, in some ways, fairly straightforward. What is the difference between Sunni and Shia of Muslim, and is it a religious difference or is it a political difference?
The main differences are between the Shia Muslims are politically who should succeed Prophet Muhammad and lead the nation. Muslim Sunni believe that anyone Muslims should be is capable of leading the nation. Shia believe that it's only the person who's coming from the family of Prophet Muhammad is allowed to lead the nation. So this is the main core difference between Shia and Sunni. With history, with years to come, so many branches, minority differences came out of this. This main idea came to different prayers and different style of prayers, but those are minority differences between the two branches. But the main branch and where the differences start between Sunni and Shia was who should succeed Prophet Muhammad.
All right, so let's see. Farah, you seem to get the semi-medical ones, and this is an interesting one along those lines. It is my understanding that Muslims generally do not drink alcohol, correct? Correct. Okay, good. So, then is there a general Muslim perspective on the decriminalization of cannabis or other mind-altering medications like antidepressants?
I will just give you my aspect. I don't know about generally Muslims. It's a double-edged sword for all of us. You know, if I am correct about Colorado, their driving under the influence went up. In the post-market studies of cannabis became recreational drug there, the earliest in America. So, yes, as mind-altering, the general consensus should be that yes, this is forbidden. Any other drug, oxycodone, codeine, hashish, heroin, they have the same effect to the brain, and your intellect, according to Sharia, is something to be preserved. So preserving the intellect is one of the main aspects of Sharia, so I would consider that yes, it should, it's how should it should be forbidden. Well, if there's a medicinal use, that's a different story. It is allowed as medicine.
All right. So now I had a question to wrap up. First of all, thank you all for being here. And this isn't an easy question, and you could spend a lot of time, but you can also come up afterwards and follow up with these folks. This is about what we can do to teach about the good things that Muslim Americans are doing. How can we do that in our colleges, in our high schools, even in the media? What are ways in which the story of the contributions of Muslim Americans, the positive contributions, can be shared? Any ideas? This is for everybody. Who wants to go first? Nissan.
I will start by myself, and this is how I started doing it. I jumped in and I started working in politics here myself to be able to do my share of responsibility for changing the stereotype of Muslims in the United States. So to answer the first thing is allow more Muslims to be involved in the process and encourage them. As Muslim community, I would encourage my neighbors, my friends, my kids, when I have it, to be more involved in the process and just get out of their comfort zone and do the things that usually we do not do. For the non-Muslim community, I will always ask them, as I said before, please do not listen and please do not Google, please do not Google, please do not Google, and reach out to the local mosque in your town or any Muslim you deal with in your circles and have this conversation with them. The second thing for people who's here today, I would seriously encourage you so much if you learned anything from today, which I hope you did, even if it's a little tiny, take it out with you and your dinner table and your workspace, your educational space, and share those ideas and have this conversation with someone else who looks like you or share the same beliefs about what did you learn today. So share these conversations and of course invite CCIU to come to your local church to talk more about these things. I think this is the best thing to do because from my personal experience in politics and otherwise, we share more than you can expect. We just need to have this conversation.
Yeah, starting a conversation is the vital thing. Anywhere, any place. I think once we talk to each other, that is how we know about each other. And that is how we find about what is hidden or what gems are hidden inside each side, not just our side, your side. And I think for the Muslim community, I think we need a lot more people out in the media as journalists, taking on these positions so that the narrative is not one way. There is somebody there to educate. And I hope our next youth, my kids, your kids, are taking on that responsibility.
So thank you for hosting again. May God bless you and your community. This is great. This is beautiful. So again, what we are doing is helping to solve this, having dialogue, keeping active dialogue. And what can we do more? We could travel together, right? Let's plan to travel together. Let's plan, organize a picnic together. Have our kids play together. And give us some time. Be patient. Muslim community are settling down. We still have not yet settled in terms of establishment. So it will take, I would say, 10 to 20 years to really structure an establishment. And once we do that, hopefully, my kids, the future, it will be much better, brighter. Again, thank you so much. And any mistakes that I said, that I made, it is mine. I am not a subject matter expert. I'm a student of my religion. And I hope you understand this. Thank you very much again.
Thank you all. Josh, thank you. Thank you, UUSC. We're 5 minutes over, actually. So we're done. And we thank you very much for hosting us and for participating in this. I have to say, Fantastic questions, really spectacularly good questions.
And some of the UUSC folks, you know the drill. We gotta get the chairs up on the rack and the tables put away. Thank you, if you can stay.
This is negative.
Felt right kind of day.
Right orientation.
good.